Give thou thyself to me, my Hermes, for a little while, and thou shalt understand more easily how that God's work is one, in order that all things may be, that are being made, or once have been, or that are going to be made. And this is, my beloved, life. This is the beautiful. This is the good. This, God. And if thou wouldst in practice understand this work, behold what taketh place with thee desiring to beget. Yet this is not like unto that, for he doth not enjoy. For that indeed he hath no other one to share in what he works, for working by himself, he ever is at work, himself being what he doth. For did he separate himself from it, all things would then collapse, and all must die, life ceasing. But if all things are lives, and also life is one, then, one is God. And, furthermore, if all are lives, both those in heaven and those on earth, and one life in them all is made to be by God, and God is it, God is the one life then, all are made by God. Life is the making one of mind and soul. Accordingly death is not the destruction of those that are owned, but the dissolving of their union. Aeon, moreover, is God's image. Cosmos is Aeon's. The son, of Cosmos. And man, the image of the sun. The people call change death, because the body is dissolved, and life, when it's dissolved, withdraws to the unmanifest. But in the sermon Logos, Hermes, my beloved, as thou dost hear, I say the cosmos also suffers change, for that a part of it each day is made to be in the unmanifest, yet it is ne'er dissolved. These are the passions of the cosmos, revolvings and concealments. Revolving is conversion and concealment renovation. The cosmos is all formed, not having forms external to itself, but changing them itself within itself. Since, then, cosmos is made to be all formed, what may its maker be? For that, on the one hand, he should not be void of all form. And, on the other hand, if he's all formed, he will be like the cosmos, whereas, again, has he a single form, he will thereby be less than cosmos. What, then, say we he is? That we may not bring round our sermon Logos into doubt. For not that mind conceives of God is doubtful. He, then, hath one idea, which is his own alone, which doth not fall beneath the sight, being bodiless, and yet by means of bodies manifesteth all ideas. And marvel not that there's a bodiless idea. For it is like the form of reason Logos and mountain tops and pictures. For they appear to stand out strongly from the rest, but really are quite smooth and flat. And now consider what is said more boldly, but more truly. Just as man cannot live apart from life, so neither can God live without his doing good. For this is as it were the life and motion as it were of God, to move all things and make them live. Now some of the things said should bear a sense peculiar to themselves. So understand, for instance, what I'm going to say. All are in God, but not as lying in a place. For place is both a body and immovable, and things that lie do not have motion. Now things lie one way in the bodiless, another way in being made manifest. Think, then, of him who doth contain them all. And think, that then the bodiless not is more comprehensive, or swifter, or more potent, but it is the most comprehensive, the swiftest, and most potent of them all. And, thus, think from thyself, and bid thy soul go unto any land, and there more quickly than thy bidding will it be. And bid it journey oceanwards. And there, again, immediately it will be, not as if passing on from place to place, but as if being there. And bid it also mount to heaven. And it will need no wings, not will aught hinder it, nor fire of sun, nor author, nor vortex swirl, nor bodies of the other stars. But, cutting through them all, it will soar up to the last body of them all. And shouldst thou will to break through this as well, and contemplate what is beyond, if there be aught beyond the cosmos, it is permitted thee. Behold what power, what swiftness, thou dost have. And canst thou do all of these things, and God not do them? Then, in this way know God. As having all things in himself as thoughts, the whole cosmos itself. If, then, thou dost not make thyself like unto God, thou canst not know him. For like is knowable unto like alone. Make, then, thyself to grow to the same stature as the greatness which transcends all measure. Leap forth from every body. transcend all time. Become eternity literally, Aeon. And thus shalt thou know God. Conceiving nothing is impossible unto thyself, think thyself deathless and able to know all arts, all sciences, the way of every life. Become more lofty than all height, and lower than all depth. Collect into thyself all senses of all creatures, of fire, and water, dry and moist. Think that thou art at the same time in every place, in earth, in sea, in sky. Not yet begotten, in the womb, young, old, and dead, in after-death conditions. And if thou knowest all these things at once, times, places, doings, qualities, and quantities, thou can know God. But if thou lockest up thy soul within thy body, and dost debase it, saying, I nothing know, I nothing can, I fear the sea, I cannot scale the sky, I know not who I was, who I shall be, what is there then between thy God and thee? For thou canst know naught of things beautiful and good so long as thou dost love thy body and art bad. The greatest bad there is not to know God's good. But to be able to know good, and will, and hope, is a straight way, the good's own path, both leading there and easy. If thou but settest thy foot thereon, 'twill meet thee everywhere, 'twill everywhere be seen, both where and when thou dost expect it not, waking, sleeping, sailing, journeying, by night, by day, speaking, and saying naught. For there is naught that is not image of the good. Hermes, is God unseen? Hush! Who is more manifest than he? For this one reason hath he made all things, that through them all thou mayest see him. This is the good of God, this is his virtue, that he may be manifest through all. For naught's unseen, even of things that are without a body. Mind sees itself in thinking, God in making. So far these things have been made manifest to thee, thrice greatest one. Reflect on all the rest in the same way with thyself, and thou shalt not be led astray.